This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is Lomas Brown, and you're talking sports with Randy, the Monster Jam Man.
All right, we are back coming to you live from the Cool Breeze AC broadcast facility. A lot of things still I want to touch base on. I don't know if you've heard the rumor, the Tampa Bay Lightning up for sale, and we're talking billions. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers just was offered some dollars. We're going to talk about that in a second. But I'm going to let you guys, you'll be the second people to see it. Obviously, my wife has seen it first. I received a box while I was out of town, and I'm going to slowly start giving these away. These were sent to me from Challenge Coin Country. They're located in Spring Branch, Texas.
Okay.
And this is the very first Knockout Radio Challenge coin. This is my coin. You guys cannot have it, but you can take a look at it.
All right. Very cool.
Dead air is bad. You can describe it if you'd like.
Well, it says Navy on it.
That's called a challenge coin.
We can't give this out. You and I are not Navy.
Right. That's half the point.
That's why
it's only a Randy Harris coin.
It's a Knockout Radio.
No, we're Knockout Radio. It's us.
Well, then obviously not.
No, we're a collective group of people.
These are all numbered.
Oh.
So this will be number 13.
So can we get our own customized one on the back?
No.
Like mine would be a pizza because it's a perfect round. Mike, we could have pizza on the back.
What would be a nice logo of an idiot? Because that would be on the back.
What are you talking about?
Of yours. But I will have these. I've decided who is going to get the first military one. And the first regular one went to my wife.
No, okay, on Facebook, you're like, my show, my content, my guest.
You just said you can't give them away because it has the Navy on it.
You can't give that away. How can I, in good faith, be like, hey, thank you for your service. Here's a appreciation for coming on the show.
See, I thought
when I get Bill Bellamy, I can't give him a gift for thanking him for coming here.
Here's what works out well.
Now God's mad at you.
I thought you were going to. I thought you were going to be upset that you're not giving any away, but no, you're all for it, so it works out perfect.
I mean,
works out perfect.
Nobody can give it away except you.
All right,
Perfect.
Randy, I have a bone to pick with you.
Get him.
You know, you said on Facebook the other day that you weren't surprised that Jon Jones was going to end his career after the Stipe fight.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
Okay.
I mean, I'm as invested in MMA as you are, and I'm shocked, to be honest with you, because there's so many big money fights that Jon Jones could get at heavyweight, and I'm surprised that I really think that this is a power grab from Jon, because I know he's going to beat Stipe, right? And then he has Aspinall, he has the opportunity to fight, maybe Pereira.
Dana said that's never going to happen.
Yeah, because Jon announced his retirement.
Right. Well, here's my thinking on that, and I could be wrong. Okay, and I've always said that fighters always act like they're going to win the fight, but deep down they have to know. They have to. Yeah, they can talk themselves into, I'm going to win. Did Sean Strickland, and the answer is yes, but did he really think he was going to beat Israel? How many people fought Chuck Liddell and really deep down thought they were going to beat Chuck Liddell? This is just my thought.
Rampage.
Did he think it?
No, Rampage thought he was going to beat Chuck Liddell. I remember interviewing him, and he was just so confident.
Again, and again, we both know Rampage. Rampage is still mad that I was in his house, but that's another story.
I got a good story about Andre Arlovski.
I believe that Jon has basically been retired anyway. Okay, he hasn't fought in 2 or 3 years.
Right.
I believe legacy, that fighters think legacy. I'm okay if a fighter fights until they're 106. Who are we to say you're too old to fight? If somebody's willing to pay you money to feed your family. Somebody made a comment once.
Well, that cost Kimbo Slice his life. That's my opinion. He should not have been fighting Dada 3000, whatever his name was.
Well, Dada 5000 did die in that as well.
Yeah.
Which he didn't, but they simulated What are we looking at? God, that's scary.
Nice.
Oh, that is, Our producer's working as we're going. So I'm going to ask you the question back as we continue to talk. If Jon Jones fights Tom and loses, does that affect his legacy?
Absolutely not.
I think some people think yes.
Well, some people are idiots.
Well, no, most people are idiots.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, you're the leader.
I have a question.
You're the leader of the idiots.
Whenever I hear somebody, even on the street, say, I've never lost a fight in my life, then I say, you've never gotten into a fight in your life, dude. Don't tell me you've never lost a fight in your life.
How many people that you've talked to when you were heavily MMA, you were on Fox, you were on the Tap Out Show, et cetera, I don't know where Anderson Silva was. Obviously, we've seen pictures with the two of you. How many people during that era said Anderson Silva was the greatest fighter of all time.
Everybody.
Okay. Anderson then loses a couple fights. Now he's a bum.
Yeah.
Which we know he's not.
But that's all sports.
No, of course it is. But that's what I'm saying. I believe, depending on how this fight goes with Stipe, and I think Jon wins as well. Yeah. Does he win in dominant fashion? Does it?
Yes,
is
does.
it?
Absolutely.
We don't know. But let's say it's not. Let's say it's the Gustafsson fight. Let's say it's the Dominic Reyes fight, and it's close. It's this. It's that. And Jon may think, this is just my thought. Jon's not going to probably admit this, but maybe he's thinking, if I go out there and lose to Tom, who's at the top of his game right now, and Jon isn't, and hasn't fought in a while, that this can affect legacy, future, That's just my thought. And he's not going to go out and put it on the line because this is a fight. How many people are going to pick Tom to win this fight?
Everybody.
Who's picking Jon to lose to Stipe?
Nobody.
Not that it matters. I mean, look how Dricus du Plessis was originally the underdog, and now they're both minus.
Right.
So yeah, fans voted with their heart, not necessarily their head, but that's just my thought.
Well, I think there's some legitimacy to that because he's petitioning or trying to get Dana or the commission to reverse the 12-6 loss in the no contest to have an unblemished record. And I think if that occurs,
right. That's a good point.
I think if that occurs, he absolutely doesn't fight again because then he retires.
It's not going to occur.
Undefeated of all time.
It's not going to occur.
But it might occur.
It can occur.
It can.
It might.
It can.
How many
Stranger
people?
things have happened.
Well, look at how many people are still in prison for things that are now legal.
Yeah, but
Cain Velasquez is not in prison for doing things that are illegal.
We're not talking about
things
prison.
happen.
We're talking about a sport it's as regulated as it is. Dana White is still in charge. He can do whatever he wants to do.
Well, no, he can to a certain point. He can't change that
official record because Nevada State Athletic
right, because it's an official record.
Right.
And I'm adamant about that, just like I'm adamant about.
But let's not be naive.
Pete Rose.
Let's not be naive. If Dana White petitioned the commission to overturn that, they would do it because Dana White brings
possibly
$1 billion in revenue to Las Vegas every year, maybe more.
I am dead against that.
I'm not dead against it, to be honest with you.
But let me ask
because it doesn't matter. Because everybody knows that he lost by DQ.
And that's why it's not going to change his legacy because everybody that was there, everybody that's been involved.
But 20 years from now,
well,
Jon Jones can say, look at my record.
Right.
I was never beaten.
And that's where 20 years from now, after I'm dead, people would say to
You're not going to be dead in 20 years.
People would say,
"You look good. You lost some weight."
I have lost weight. Google it. Look at how it. It was a DQ. It was blah 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 blah. You can't change history, and that's what this is. That's what they're trying to do. That's what Pete Rose, and Pete Rose is one of my favorite players, but it was against the rules of the sport to do what Pete Rose did, and to now say, now it's okay.
I'm a purist as you are, but I'm not as against overturning that loss for Jon Jones. I'm really not.
No, I'm going to say something.
Because it means nothing to me. It really, we all know he's undefeated, so just put a 0 on the end of his record. Who cares?
He was disqualified.
No, you're not. Who cares?
He was but that's, you can't just change history like taking down statues of something
like you said,
that happened.
But you said last week, though, why is one fight a no contest and the other fight's a DQ?
I agree.
So there's a lot of discrepancy where it could be overturned.
There's a lot of discrepancies as a licensed judge in Florida. 3 licensed judges see 3 different things. I was just sent a video, and I'm going to send it to both of you guys. And I didn't really want to get involved because it's local and it's this and it's that.
We have homework?
And no, according to my daughter, homework and schoolwork are 2 different things.
Oh, really?
She would come home and my wife would say, "Do you have homework?" "No." And they'd get in an argument. It's schoolwork. It's or vice versa, right. not homework. So I was sent a video of a fight that happened here locally. And I said to this person, "I don't want to know who your fighter is. Let me watch." I had no volume on. And then I texted him after the next day and I said, "All right, I watched. I don't know who your fighter is. I only watched 2 rounds because whatever color, I don't remember. Red won rounds 1 and 2. There was no reason for me to watch. The fighter that I thought won lost."
Wow.
And I don't see any way this guy could have lost. Now, he told me some things which we can or cannot talk about. Favoritism, this, that, the other. And I don't know who the other fighter is. I don't know any of that stuff. But that's the problem. That's the problem with the sport that we love, is there's so many different angles that can be a win or a loss. And you're right. I'm mind-boggled that the exact same thing happened, and one was a no contest and one was a DQ.
So why do some sports, like NASCAR, horse racing, after the finish line,
even Olympics, in gymnastics,
right.
there's a controversy over the bronze medal in the gymnastics because they changed her score after the fact.
So how come we
Which was okay, but it was too late after the
Why
appeal.
couldn't we do that for fighting? At the end of the fight, we could go back and review or make it official, and it's a temporary placeholder until it's verified through like slow replay or instant replay or judges get to review a close fight.
That's never going to happen.
Well, here's the problem with it, Mike.
They did try that.
But here's the problem. What you guys are arguing about has nothing to do with what you just said. Right. Jon Jones, they could have gone and looked at anything they wanted.
He still made an illegal
He was disqualified for illegal blows that are now legal.
Right.
Well, it wasn't then. He broke the rules. He deserved to be either disqualified or a no contest.
I mean, one could argue that when Anderson Silva delivered that knee to Chael Sonnen's chest again when Chael was down, that's an illegal blow, and that he wasn't called for that. That was an illegal blow.
Ralph Macchio had an illegal blow to Billy Zabka, to win the All-Valley tournament as well.
So going back to how the UFC originated, I know they say there was no rules, but there were rules in the beginning. There was no.
There was a few rules.
Strikes, or no
fish hooking,
no fish hook, no eye gouging, and no.
So is that the
groin strikes were legal?
Yeah, was it really?
Yeah, they were.
Check out Kevin Hackney's fight.
Yeah, he got elbowed.
No, he threw him.
Oh, right.
Kevin Hackney was the one that threw about 32 groin strikes.
Yeah.
If we're not going to use technology to correct these judging errors and referee errors, where you can have technology where you could brace impact or measure how much force or significant strike versus a regular strike. Clay Guida lost how many competitions because it looked like he got punched, but he just avoided, and his hair.
Stop stealing my lines.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
But technology is either going to fix it, or you go back and you take away all rules, and it just best person wins. Survivor wins. But again, comes out of the cage wins.
But again, and then I'll turn it over to Mike, that doesn't change the Jon Jones fight, which is what you brought up and what you two are saying about changing it because the rule has changed. They could have gone to look at all the video they wanted after that fight. What he did was illegal.
He still threw
it. It was illegal. But no, it's now legal.
But again, I mean, he should have protested that fight in the beginning because that fight should have been stopped long before he threw those 12-6 elbows.
Well, and that's the case with Abdul as well.
He was pounding on poor Matt Hamill for minutes, and Mazzucchelli never stopped the fight.
You're right.
And then he was just like, come on, man, and boom. And he was like, all right, I'm going to knock him out.
The Abdul fight, who we have now become good friends with, and he's coming to town pretty soon, which will be very cool. I thought that should have been stopped.
Yep.
And because it wasn't. But again, everything is open to, that individual referee or whatever. What Jon Jones did against Matt Hamill was illegal. Period. Now it's legal. But you can't go back in history and say, well, I know it was illegal then, but it's illegal now, so let's fix that. And Matt Hamill, for the record, has always said he didn't win that fight.
No, of course not. He knows he got a butt kick.
No, he knows that. Yeah. But where some people would say, "No, I got a win on my record.
Yeah.
I'm the only one." You've never heard Matt Hamill say, "I beat Jon Jones."
No. I mean, he did say it recently
because
he
would fight him.
Yeah, because he wants because he's trying to promote a fight.
Right.
And by the way, Matt Hamill, please don't fight Jon Jones.
Right.
Please don't do that. You think it was bad then? It's even worse now.
I have a serious question. I'm not trying to be a dumbass.
Save it.
Okay.
Can you save it?
If I remember.
All right. Well, you don't have.